As always, don't forget to check the video description down below for the best prices on tools and parts we use in today's project. Today, we got this 2013 Dodge Dart. It's got a 2.0, and we're going to be looking at the shift cable linkage. So, there's a lot more involved than I thought, so let's go ahead and check it out. Okay guys, and the biggest deal we have here is this battery tray. Usually, you just cut your 2 bolts, boom, boom, comes out. This had quite a bit of things hooked up to it. As you can see, I took the computer off. There was like 3 bolts. There's a bolt there. There was a bolt, where was it? There was a bolt sitting right there. And then there was a bolt sitting right there to take this piece off. Then we had a few bolts holding the tray in. You had a bolt right there. It was a 13. You had, where's the other one? There's one right up under there is a 13. For that one, I took an extension and took my ratchet out to here to take the bolt out. That went right in there. Now you can see there's another bolt right there. That's the worst one. And when you go to put it back together, you really don't, I wouldn't put it back in. It's a lot of work to take it out and put it back in. But on the tray, you can see you've got your 2 holes there. And then you had to take the wheel off. You have to take this whole wheel off. You're going to take all of your hold down things for your cover, and then you'll be able to see right up in here. Also, we had 2 wires. We had a ground wire that was right here. It was a 10. Then we had another ground wire that sat right up there. That was a 10. Took that off. And then there was a 10 sitting right on your washer fluid guy. Take him off, and then you'll move this, and then you can see down in there there's a hole for a 13. I don't see the hole, but trust me, the hole is right in there somewhere. And then to get to the 13 I showed you from up top, you're going to come right up under here and feel it, and you'll feel a 13 up there as well. So that is all the bolts you need to take this tray out. And to take your computer out, basically you have these little connectors. They pop in and out. It'll be, the red thing will start here. You pop it up and then pull it out. And there's also these wires. See these little hold down things? They're all around the tray. There's one there, there's one there, there's one there. To get those out, you'll take a tool just like this, and you'll get behind it, pop them out, and then you'll be able to pull your tray out enough to be able to see our problem. So this, I've already taken, the old one was broken out and I put the new one in. You can see that's the thing, it's just gonna pop, should snap right on there. So now we got the new one on, it's on there tight, it'll work. And that's pretty much it, guys. Just make sure when you first work on this that your emergency brake is up, because if you free flow move this thing, then of course if it was in park and you move it and you're on a hill, you're gonna disengage the car, it can roll over you or roll backwards into a house or something. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully that gives you a really good idea of all the locations of the fasteners you need to know to remove this battery tray. Oh, almost forgot this. Also on the software I use, it told me to remove this guy. There's a 10 here, there was a 10 right there, and I think that was it. Oh, there's a 10 right at the top of here as well. So you had to take that out and kind of move that out of your way. I don't know why, but it just told me to do that, so I did. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Also, I just thought I'd mention, this part is a dealer only part. The little shift bushing you need, that white thing you saw, I'd already installed it. Basically you just take a pair of channel locks and squish it in there, take a flathead screwdriver, push it in, and then once you have it in the cable, you snap it down over that little stud. So, but anyways, just wanted to show you this is the part number, so you're not going to be able to find this in AutoZone or any of your local parts stores.